action. Welcome, producers, to another episode to Universe. You're watching ECW's exclusive pay-per-view, Hardcore Heaven. And man, oh man, do we have a special night for you all today, because in the main event, Bruce Mitchell, challenges for the ECW Championship against Hyperspeed, who's looking to be known as one of the best champions ECW has seen in quite some time. Now, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that Hyperspeed can't get the job done. However, is that Bruce is on a bit of a mission. You know what he's gone throughout his career, from early on to leaving and then coming back. He's got a big mission ahead of him. He does not want to be known as the guy who is talking a bunch of smack and can't back it up. Tonight we're about to find out if he delivers. However, tonight we're going to start it off just right, guys, because again, this is Hardcore Heaven. You get to see some of the most hardcore, brutal matches to ever be constructed in all of life itself. And right now we have a fatal four-way, Extreme Rules nonetheless. We have Noah taking on Samoa Joe, and to the far left, Jason Adams, and of course to the far right, Apollo Crews. All four of these guys have a lot to prove, and a lot of them have, well, especially Jason Adams, he doesn't have much to lose. He's a man that has nothing to lose. So when you fight somebody of that caliber, then it's all out from there. You cannot let your guard down whatsoever. Otherwise, he's, again, in my opinion, I believe he's the most dangerous man in this contest. However, just because he's the most dangerous doesn't make him the favorite to win. I give that honor to Samoa Joe. The Samoan submission machine can pretty much put you to sleep without you realizing that you were in a headlock to begin with. Let's get started, shall we? Excuse me.
The following fatal four-way contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 250 pounds, Noah.
What a great match.
And here is Noah. I would have to say that he's not the favorite, he's not the dangerous, but he is the underdog in this matchup. He is the guy that you would at least expect to win. However, based off of past success, I'd give him about a 6% chance in this one, at least in my view.
From Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 282 pounds, Samoa Joe.
Excuse me. Now, this is another guy that I believe is the favorite to win the match, due to the fact that he is a very complicated, very fascinating, very tough individual to figure out. If you look at it, Samoa Joe can pretty much lock you into any submission before you realize it, and before you know it, you're sleeping. You're out of it. Period. That's all I can say about that. But Noah, Apollo, and Jason, they all looking for some W's, man. I know, man. I thought it was pretty cool too, man. I said, okay, this kind of looks like a very old school ECW. I thought it was pretty dope.
And from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 230 pounds, Jason Adams.
Here comes Jason Adams, a very fascinating competitor, and so far is winless. He has not won a match yet, and you gotta wonder, what is it gonna take for Jason to finally pick up his first victory? Because so far, I haven't been able to figure it out. He has come close, but then right when you think he's about to break through from what his potential could be, he's knocked down. So let's see. Thank you, Gabriel, again.
Weighing in at 241 pounds, Apollo.
Excuse me.
Apollo Crews.
Who's Jason Adams? Well, Jason Adams is he's a guy that has been made by the man known as Aaron Gadsden, of course, and he was a longtime tag team partner with Ethan Black outside of this universe. I don't know what they've done outside of this universe together as a unit, so I'm grading him on what he's able to do in this universe. so far it's pretty much nothing. He's been a bit of a letdown, honestly, but I do think that there is something there. You just got to kind of dissect him a little bit, kind of develop him and see where it goes from there. Because he only had a couple matches on NXT, then jumping on him over to ECW, you know, it just doesn't really look too. I don't know. He's done pretty good in matches. He just hasn't been able to win yet, and I don't really know too much about him, and I can't really say too much about him. But I can say what I've seen, and it's kind of not that good so far. But there is something. You just got to kind of wait and see what happens. Let's see. You said the NBT Elimination Chamber is this weekend. Okay. Sounds good. Or Takeover, whatever, which means Takeover WrestleMania is. See, I don't really understand that. Takeover WrestleMania. So, like, is it an NXT event and they rebranded with WrestleMania? So it's like NXT Takeover WrestleMania. You have the NXT Championship defended instead of the WWE title, and you have NXT Superstars competing at the main event of WrestleMania since they won the Takeover Royal Rumble, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really too fond of everything there. But yeah, that's probably a reason why he looks like Ethan Black. It's because of the style of clothing's mainly, but you know, some similar styles of performing as well is quite similar. Okay, Akeem, that's good to know. That's good to know. Got that good old 2K18 now. Can't wait to see what creations you can bring to the table, and you know, just leave it at that. And this, of course, in case you forgot or in case you missed it, Fatal 4-Way Extreme Rules. Anything goes. No DQ, no countouts, anything goes. The only thing about this, there's only one rule, and you have to beat your opponent inside the ring, inside the square circle, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. That's the only rule. Other than that, go off. Do what you got to do to get the W. That's all I can say about that. Universe move coming soon. Nice. Good to hear that. Good to hear that.
There he goes, crashing to the floor.
And then, of course, the match that a lot of people wanted to really see, Bruce Mitchell and Hyperspeed for the ECW Championship. Of course, that will be happening a little later on in the main event, of course. But right now, these guys looking for a big. Oh, look at this. Oh, Jason Adams with the rolling cutter. There we go. That could be enough right there. Center of the ring. There we go. Only one. Samoa Joe is right there to break it up. And instead of attacking Jason, which he could have potentially got him in a submission and put the match to an end here, he attacks Noah. Thought that was very interesting. Thought he could have planned out a little better, but, you know, it happened the way it happened. And it looks like Apollo and Jason, are going to go head-to-head right here, or I guess foot-to-head at the moment. Here comes Apollo, Irish whip. Bottom left corner turnbuckle has him right where he wants him to be. Sits him up on the top turnbuckle, looking for a big move. Jason counters. He's looking to fly here, and crossbody connects all the way through. And he's looking to fly again. High risk, top rope.
He's in trouble here.
Wants Apollo to get up to his feet slowly but surely. He's going to make it. Here we go. Oh, he missed. He got some of whatever he was trying to go for, but it just didn't really go all that well for him. Back inside the ring, it does it. And here we go, counter. Right back out of there. Here comes Apollo. He has him where he wants him to be. German suplex cover. Will that be enough? Apollo Crews almost gets the job done, but not quite. So everybody excited for the weekend or what? Because I don't really know if there was anything planned. You know, so nothing really too much going on. The weekend's gonna be kind of whatever. No school, well, I guess some work for some people, but majority of the people no work and things like that.
He is a great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
I know that the Elimination Chamber should be good this year, though. They got the first ever women's. It's not going to be as much hype as the Royal Rumble, but I think it's still going to be pretty good. What's up, Boss Mode? How you doing? You're just in time to see some hardcore heaven as Samoa Joe, Noah, Apollo Crews, and Jason Adams all duking it out right there. Now we got, okay, Noah's bleeding. He's busted wide open. He could be going down for the count here. Samoa Joe tangles him up into the bottom right corner turnbuckle, but he gets caught up. Here comes Noah, kick to the gut, and he's looking for what could be a pump handle gutbuster right off the knee. Okay, that's good. Get your braces off. Probably had them on for a few years, I'm assuming, because my brother still has his on. It's been quite some time as well. Spear! Noah with the spear to Samoa Joe. That should be more than enough to cap away a victory. 2 and 3. He got him. Noah is your winner in this Fatal 4-Way Extreme Rules match. What a way to get started here. And it was Noah, the underdog, who ended up topping off against the favorite to win the matchup, Samoa Joe. As for some reason Apollo Crews and Jason Adams decided to fight outside the ring, that wasn't going to do you too much good, especially he got a big move going off. I got to give Jason that, but again, you can't win outside there.
Kicking off the night with an impressive victory. And you just know the rest of the card is watching in the back, wondering how in the world they're going to follow that. Plenty more action still to come here tonight, folks.
And that's going to be the first match. Congratulations, Noah. Hopefully you'll see your match in the future. If not, I'll just go ahead and tell you about it. Until then, we're going to have our first championship match of the night, everybody. Extreme Rules yet again. This time it's for the ECW Television Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ethan Black. Now, hold on. I believe it was... I believe it's Extreme Rules. I could be wrong, but I don't think... You know what? I don't think it is. I'll just leave it at that. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to do something real quick. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Had to check something real quick, but let me see. What was I gonna... I kind of lost my... Oh, Ericton's question. So why did they keep on replacing the Raw commentators? First it was Byron Saxton, David Otunga, then Booker T, now the coach. What's up, Isaiah Johnson? Welcome. You're watching the stream. We're about to go into our second matchup. So Errington, to your question, so Byron Saxton, that's an easy one. He got drafted to SmackDown Live, so you know that happened. David Otunga would then be the commentator for Monday Night Raw. However, he is currently filming a movie, so therefore he needs to take time off of television in order to do that, because he can't be traveling the world and then traveling back to one certain location to film a movie. He's got to stay at one place and work at that project at the time being. Excuse me. And then I'll get to Booker T right now. But what's up, Nick? How you doing, man? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and skip this entrance. That's going to be too long. So as far as Booker T goes, over the past couple of days, I haven't really been checking in on news in the wrestling world, except for Booker T and Corey Graves, since that has been a very hot topic. It's been trending all over the YouTube communities. So I cannot literally watch any video without seeing something with Booker T or Corey Graves in it. So yes, you do have a match. I'll talk about that in a second. So basically, 1 second. So yeah, sorry about that. Oh yeah, so Booker T and Corey Graves, they've been having a little bit of a dispute lately. It's because whenever they were on commentary together, Corey Graves would insult Booker T in ways that I can't really say if they were professional or unprofessional. He's just been insulting him, trying to correct him and things like that, you know, kind of doing things that made him just tick, you know what I mean? So it got personal, and I mean really personal, to where Booker T wants to fight Corey Graves. Excuse me. And they've been wanting to fight in the streets, or he's been calling out Corey, saying he wants to fight him, you know, anywhere. Street fight don't matter, just go heads on, one-on-one, toe-to-toe, man-to-man, mano-a-mano, you know what I mean? And so from my understanding, WWE caught on to it, and so they said, okay, well, you know what, we cannot have you guys be doing this. It's not going to happen. Not under our roof, not on our watch, yada yada yada. So therefore, Booker T Corey Graves, we like you both. However, Corey has been doing better. He's been doing a better job on commentary, so he's gonna stay at his position. And as far as you're concerned, Booker T, you know, we're gonna go on ahead and we're gonna move you to the kickoff panel. So whenever there's a kickoff, you're gonna be there. You're gonna be interviewing. You're gonna be talking to superstars. You're gonna be asking questions. You know, things that you like, the things that he's used to doing that have been around since, like, what was it, Raw Talk or something like that. And you know, that's kind of where they're at for Booker T. Now, as far as Jonathan Coachman goes, I found that kind of interesting, but I guess they felt that the coach would be a pretty good, he'll be a better replacement than like Mauro or Ronaldo or any commentator literally from NXT. But hell, you know what? I find it to be a good move as well, because me personally, I like Jonathan Coachman and I like Booker T. If you could assemble a team to have Graves, Booker, and the coach, where they all get along, and you know, nothing that gets over the top like how it has been, I would be a happy individual, man. I would want to watch Raw just to hear the commentary and see how they do. It's just that they cannot coexist, and so they gotta just kind of throw it away. And now you got Coach, Cole, and Graves. Excuse me. Hold on. Alright, so about the match, Alex, you do too as well. So let's see, Skull Crusher, DKT, Nick Silva, let me see, Skull Crusher, DKT, Nick Silva, Jackson Sakamoto, let me try to think of the other two participants. Let me think.
For him, there was no water in the pool.
You know what? Honestly, I forgot, but the people that I do remember, it's a 6-man ladder match. It's between Skull Crusher, DKT, Nick Silva, and the other guy I just named earlier. I forgot. I'm trying to think about a million different things at once. 6-man ladder match. The winner is the number 1 contender for the ECW championship. So whoever wins that match would fight the winner of tonight's main event for the ECW championship. As far as when, I'm not sure. I got to check in on either the GM or the commissioner. But you know, that's kind of what's planned for you guys. And you know, a couple of the people that may be in the match card, you got to kind of wait until we get to the 6-man ladder, because again, it's a lot of people. I can't remember all of them. But yeah, that's gonna be what happens. Let's see. Are you gonna fight Dante? You're on Raw, and this is ECW exclusive, so I'll leave that answer to no. Last time saw the coach on Raw was when DX was still together. Yeah, the last time I saw Jonathan Coachman, let me see, I'm trying to remember. I believe he was a commentator back on SmackDown, or was it Raw? He was a commentator, and he was doing a really good job. I said, you know, I don't really, because if you know, when I was back watching DX and all that, I'm like, oh hell no, screw Vince and Jonathan Coachman, it's all about DX, baby. And so later on, when he adapted to the commentator role, I said, oh, you know, he's pretty good. I like that. He does some good commentary. And eventually one day he just left. And then a few years later, I ended up going to, I think it was 2011 when I started watching football. I started getting into the sport because, I don't know, it was just interesting to me. And I don't know, some random time I was just watching, I think it was it ESPN or Sports Nation, something like that. I was on there and I'm like, oh my god, that's Jonathan Coachman. I'm like, hey yo Mario, look, come here, look who it is. He's like, oh, what the hell is that? Is that Jonathan Coachman? I was like, hell yeah, man. He's on ESPN now, freaking talking about football and things like that. Like, what the hell? This is like, honestly, it was cool though. It was pretty cool because I never thought when people do like one certain thing, you don't really imagine them doing anything else. So when I saw like Mauro Ranallo on SmackDown, and next thing you know, I saw him like doing commentary for the GGG and freaking Canelo fight, I was like, whoa, he's on HBO, bro. Like that's a big time company. Here's a cover. Shinsuke could be the new TV champion, but a kick out.
Might have slipped there.
Excuse me. Who's facing Bruce? That will be Hyperspeed for the ECW Championship. Because Hyperspeed is the new champion, so he's main event. That's going to be a false count anywhere. Main event tonight against Bruce. I just leave it at that. Okay.
They're just used to send a message.
Do I like the NBA? Not necessarily, because I could say that back in 2011, a certain player really caught my eye, and you know, I was like, I don't know, I was interested. I said, you know what, this guy is freaking amazing. His name is Blake Griffin, and he just dunked over a freaking car. He dunked over a car, bro. Like, that is amazing. To me, I was like, this guy is like going to be the next biggest superstar to ever play basketball, period. And so I watched him in 2011 and what he was able to do with the Clippers, how they had the greatest comeback in playoff history against the Memphis Grizzlies, and I was hooked. So yeah, I was a fan of the NBA until like 2012, 2013. I started like kind of being a little suspicious, like, oh, okay, well, now the Heat are winning like freaking 3 times and going 3 times in a row. I'm like, there's no way, bro. Like, there's no way the Heat are that good. There's not any chance that they can just go back to back and beat the best in their East and then the best in the freaking West. It's not gonna happen, you know. I didn't like it. So I would see how eventually, in my opinion, I viewed NBA as like the most rigged sport in America, and you know, I wasn't really fond of it, so I ended up, well, yes, he did get traded, but, you know, I'm still a fan of Blake Griffin, so I'm gonna always watch him play. I'm gonna hope one day he eventually wins that finals ring. I doubt it's ever gonna happen based off of where he's playing. Like, if he played any other sport, he has a better chance of winning. That's just my input on it. But hell, Hyperspeed going to walk circles over the real deal. Damn. Alright, for sure, Kevin. You have a good night, man. And Shinsuke here gets ready for it one more time. Kinshasa! Cover! We might have a new champion. Hooks the leg. Count 3. We have a new champion. The new ECW television champion has knocked off Ethan Black in what was a historic match. Hand that man his championship. Oh my goodness. And oh, what the hell? And Shinsuke, he's punching the air. He's just celebrating like a madman. And I bet he's been watching a little too much NFL lately based off of their post touchdown celebrations. He was so happy he punched the air. Oh my god, congratulations Shinsuke on the new TV champion. Good title reign. We'll see how he fares from here. Anyway guys, up next we got Alicia Fox taking on Naomi for the ECW Women's Championship. Good luck. What's up, Knight Rider? So you know, let me try to get back to where I was, because I kind of lost my train of thought. But, oh yeah, as far as me being a fan of the NBA, like, you know, I'm not really up to this date because, you know, basically, when you watch basketball for only one player, not really all members on a team, and you kind of look at how, you know, how the league works, you kind of don't really become a fan. You lose the passion to watch it and try to pick a team and root for them to win. So for me, I've seen how the league works, and I said, okay, well, let me see. Blake Griffin, right? My favorite player. I like him more than Chris Paul. I like him more than DeAndre Jordan. I like him anybody better on the Clippers because this guy is a beast. I watched him develop from the beginning up to date in his career. And the reason why that is, guys, is because, number one, everybody told me, hey man, this dude sucks at free throws, this guy can only dunk, that's it. He would not be on any other team if it wasn't for what he was, if it wasn't for dunking over the car, he wouldn't be in the league. And I said, watch man, in a couple of years, you're going to be eating your words, I guarantee you. And so, yeah, whatever, this guy's trash. And so I had to put up with, it's like I had to put up with the negativity of Blake Griffin with him, because, I've just been a fan of his. rather than just, you know, saying, okay, well, I ain't worried about Blake Griffin because we got all these other players on the team, you know, we're going to be good regardless. And, you know, it was something more than that. And to see him actually be able to nail his free throws now, and now actually drain 3-point shots, and people say, okay, I admit it, man, you were right. This guy, he's improved. He's a good jump shooter now. He can shoot threes. He doesn't really dunk anymore, which I kind of miss. And he hits his free throws. I mean, that's a player that a lot of people were going to want. And when he was a free agent for like 5 seconds last year, I honestly thought he wasn't going to go back to Los Angeles. And I said, well, since they're kind of failing now and they got rid of Chris Paul, why don't he go to Boston? Because if he goes to Boston, they got Kyrie Irving, they got a great defense, and they got a legit shot at taking down the Cavaliers to go to the NBA Finals and attempt, not put down, attempt to beat the Golden State Warriors, because we know how ridiculously good they are with all the all-star players that they have. And you know what? Excuse me. I don't agree with how they're able to put a super team all together, because honestly, it's just ridiculous. That's like having imagine this. Imagine like in any other sport. Imagine like, let's say for instance baseball. Imagine you had Madison Bumgarner and you had Clayton Kershaw and you had like Mike Trout and you had you know, freaking. Excuse me, let me take a drink real quick. My throat's getting all dried up. Excuse me. Excuse me.
From Orlando, Florida, she is the ECW Women's Champion, Naomi.
So yeah, all those players, right? Imagine if you had those 4 baseball players. You're already in the good. Juan Carlos Stanton and freaking like, I don't know, bro. It'll be ridiculous. They'll pretty much win the damn World Series pretty much every year. And yeah, I know, man. That was pretty funny. I was like, what the hell is this? Nakamura versus Black for the ECW Championship at ECW. Blame LeBron. I guess we could blame LeBron, and a lot of people are like, they like to ride LeBron as he's like, oh my god, he's the greatest basketball player of all time. You know, he has all these stats, yada yada yada. But then when people bring up, you know, okay, well, he's better than Michael Jordan. Oh hell yeah, I'd take him over Michael Jordan any day. And then you bring up his finals records. Oh no, bro, finals records don't mean nothing. He's been to more than Michael Jordan. Yeah, sure, he might have lost more. He has a negative record, yada yada yada. But da 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 da. I'm like, bro, then just shut up, okay? Because at the end of the day, all that matters in any sport is to win the championship. Period. It doesn't matter how many games you win. It doesn't matter how many points you throw up. It doesn't matter how many blocks, assists, none of that. If those don't lead a team to the championship trophy at the end of the year, it doesn't matter. And you know what? Michael Jordan played, I believe he played less seasons in the NBA than LeBron has, and he's accomplished so much more. And the reason why I say that is because Michael Jordan, you know, he played a good amount of years in the NBA, then he left for a couple of years to play some baseball, then he came back, and immediately when he came back into the NBA, he won a three-peat. He won 3 championships in a row. So let's get this straight here, okay, guys? Excuse me. If Michael Jordan can win 3 championships in a row, take 2 years off to play baseball, try to win championships over there or whatever, I don't know what he's trying to do at the time, but then realizes he can't do it, goes back to the sport of basketball the next year, 2 years later, and then he's literally the guy who takes his team back to winning not one, not two, a second three-peat, 3 more championships in a row, winning 6 titles in that tenure. You cannot tell me that Michael Jordan is second-rate compared to LeBron James, because LeBron James has been around for God knows how long, and he's gone to the finals 8 times. Okay, congratulations. He's done something not even Michael Jordan has done. Whoop-de-damn-do, whatever. Michael Jordan's been in the finals 6 times. LeBron has been around, he's gone to 7 or 8 finals in a row. But the fact of the matter is this: when Michael went to 6 in a row, he won 6 in a row. When LeBron James went to 7 in a row, he was 3 and 4, I think. I don't know. I lost count there. What I know is this: Michael Jordan and LeBron James, they are great basketball players. Plain and simple. They both can single-handedly lead a team by themselves to the playoffs, whether it's an 8th or a 1st seed, period. But when it comes to game time, when it comes to crunch time, you're asking me, who would you rather have lead you to the finals and give your team the best chance to win in the finals? You pick LeBron James over Michael Jordan? Don't talk to me no more. You are idiotic. You're wasting my time. Because I will take Michael Jordan 10 times out of 10 for any regular season all the way to the end of the finals. If Michael Jordan wasn't available, if Michael Jordan was dead, I'd take LeBron James. I would have to. There's no choice about it. Period. Hands down. No ifs or ands about it. Period. But other than that, I just leave it to this. I pick MJ for my reasons that I stated, because I strongly believe that he is all that. He is the greatest of all time, and he will never be surpassed by LeBron James. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna ever say about it. Because excuse me. Yeah, exactly too. Because honestly, I would take Kobe Bryant over LeBron James. I hate Kobe Bryant too, because I'm just not a fan of his. Supporting Blake Griffin through the years, and he's been playing in LA. You have to hate Kobe, just like if you're on the Lakers fan base, you have to hate either Chris Paul. Well, obviously Chris Paul, you have to hate him, but Blake Griffin, of course. And that's just the way it is. I would take Kobe Bryant over LeBron James as well, because Kobe is a natural born leader. Shit. His last game he ever played, he threw 60 points and called it a day. Imagine if big implications were on the line. Congratulations to Alicia Fox on winning the ECW Women's Championship. Kobe has a better record in the finals than LeBron James. If it comes down to this, who would you rather have lead your team in the finals? Michael Jordan? Of course, I already. But now it's Kobe Bryant or LeBron James. LeBron's good, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind.